Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Ablesys webinar. Ron here, and we'll go over different charts and signals and take a look and see what Ablesys been saying lately, and getting some really profitable signals, that's for sure. And we'll take a look and see, although at the same time, I don't want to mislead anybody. I tell it like it is. I mean, certainly going to be some losing trades, but definitely very low risks signals, and we have stop losses in place, or you can see the indicator will change and go in the other direction. Whichever happens first, we're going to be out of that trade. So we keep those losses small, and we definitely let the winners run. We'll take a look at a couple of different charts here and show you the right way to use it. And this is a good swing trading chart. I like this chart. It's a 2-hour daily combination. There's 6.5 hours in a day. This is for stocks. This is just for stocks or ETFs, not for futures. You want to use 120 minutes in a daily. Very good for, especially for option traders looking to swing trade. Stay in the trade a few days or maybe a few weeks if the trend is still in place. And this is Bank of America. Again, this is the combination of two time frames in one chart. It's 120 minutes or a 2-hour chart and a daily chart combined into one. Now the bigger dots here is the resistance. Red is the resistance. It's above the prices. That's like the hidden or invisible resistance above the price. On the higher time frame, in this case that would be the daily. And we use Abletrend 3. For those who already have the software, we use Abletrend 3 on the daily. We use Abletrend TS on the lower time frame, always on every chart. The smaller dots are the 2-hour hidden resistance points in the market. Of course, the opposite is true for the blue. Blue means uptrend, red means downtrend. We're going to sell it. So right here we're looking for the combination of 3 indicators. They have to come together or it's no trade. Very simple. Either have all 3 together or no trade. Red bar, well, red means down, and it's the first red bar. And the first time these 3 indicators come together, that's when we make a trade. So we're looking for a red bar, a big red dot. Now this red dot is right on top of the bar. We're looking for a big red dot that's not on top of the bar. I don't want to confuse anybody. Some people use X's. Probably should have put X's on the chart here instead of the big dots. And of course a little red dot. You know what? Let me just do that right now. I'll do that right here because this is the beginner webinar. And I'm going to make them crosses. Don't normally do this in the middle of the webinar, but I am today. Oh, I made it on the wrong time frame. On the lower. No! I'm trying to be helpful here, and it's backfiring on me here. I'm just going to keep it simple. I wasn't prepared to do that. And I'm just trying to be extra helpful. Okay, so let's just keep it simple like we normally do. Red bar, red small dot, red big dot. We're going to go short. Stop loss goes on the top of the red bar. Down it goes. 3 exit rules. We're going to stay in that trade. As long as you got those red dots above, small red dots, means you're in a downtrend. Stay in the trade. They block the prices from going higher. Like right there. Just like the blue dots is the hidden support. They block the prices from going lower. Look how many times the prices came down, hit the blue dot, stop, like you walked into a wall. 3 ways to exit the trade. First, blue bar with a blue dot, that's for sure, or a stop out. Stops go on the previous higher row of small red dots. So right there we are stopped out. The prices went above the red dot and it went to the next higher, the previous higher row of small red dots. However, heck of a lot of money on that trade right there. Anybody using our software there picked up a big time winner, shorting it at, or buying puts at 28 and getting out at 25.5. 2 weeks later, nice little piece of change. Now, this is not a buy signal because you only have 2 indicators of agreement. You have the blue bar and the blue dot. You don't have that big blue dot under the price. There's where you have everything lined up. Big blue dot, first time we have big blue dot, blue price bar, and a small blue dot underneath. Up and away this goes, and this one just took off like a rocket. Now for intraday trading, or even for these type of, even for the swing trading, we also have a 3 green bar exit strategy. It's not for everyone. It's a quick in and out. If that's your style, perfectly fine to do that. But I'm going to save that for the the advanced webinar that I do on Thursday. So up and away it goes. Would you believe we're still in that trade from a month ago? We're still almost a month ago. We're still in the trade according to the software signals. In at 25 or 29.44. Never had a red bar, never broke under the blue dots. Stay in the trade. You're safe. Pretty cool stuff. And it's the same rules and colors. It's the same dots, no matter what you trade. You can trade futures, Forex, stocks. The software works exactly the same for everything. It's the same algorithm, same colors and dots. Everything is exactly the same, no matter what you trade. It doesn't favor anything. It just depends on whatever you like to trade. We have clients in other countries trade foreign markets, perfectly fine. Works exactly the same. Same colors and dots and the same entry and exit rules for every single chart. That's what makes it easy. You know the rules on one chart, now you know what. Now you know now you know exactly where to buy and sell on any chart, whatever you'd like to trade. Really popular for intraday trading. Really popular for day trading. Here's your NASDAQ chart, 1 minute, 3 minute. And the NASDAQ and the S&P were pretty much the same today, as they usually are. You had your first, you had a sweet spot, actually, right in here. We don't start trading until after the 9:30 New York Eastern Time open. So you had a perfect sweet spot. A sweet spot is when you have a bar touching the little red dot, and it goes from green to red. Once it closes red, it will never, ever change colors again. Turns out it was about a break-even trade because we're out on the blue bar, blue dot. But that was our first trade of the day. This is a no-trade zone. We never buy if there's red dot or red X's above. Obviously, we're not going to drive down the street with a big roadblock or put it right in front of us. We're not going to invest our money or put up our money when there's very little chance of winning. We don't buy if there's red dots or red X's above. Obviously, that's what we call a no-trade zone. However, really nice trade right here. There's the combination that we're looking for. First, red bar, red dot, red X. I even have a fourth indicator on here called trend sig, and you get an arrow. You don't need to have that in place. It's just an extra indicator that we put on just to give us, give you a little more confidence. And this one just, down and away it went. If you use the 3 green bar exit strategy, which is what we do like to use, especially for intraday trading, nice little trade there. Pick up about 5 or 6 points right away. No sweet spot here. Actually, here's a sweet spot because this bar touched when you want a true sweet spot is when you have a price bar touches resistance, tests it, bounces off of it, and starts to head back down again. That's a true sweet spot, and we lost 2 points on that one. So that's what I'm saying, low risk trades. Cool stuff. Art's asking, does the arrow print at the close? The arrow is not that important, Art. As I said, that's just a fourth indicator, and that comes in when the bar is open, and it's final after 3 minutes because it's a 3-minute arrow. The price bars, which of course are much more important, they close after 1 minute. And we never take a trade until the bar closes. This way we know it's official, valid trade. Once the bar closes, it's final. It will never, ever change colors again. That's why you can look at these charts and go, how would I have done if I was trading it today? These are the exact same signals and the exact same colors and dots that were there at that time of the day. They will never, ever change. That would be cheating. And I hear there are some programs out there that do that, which is pretty much a big joke to me. That's ridiculous. And I'm the world's greatest trader. I've never lost a trade after the day is over or after the trade is over. Well, duh. That's ridiculous. Once the bar closes, it's final, period. Here was the trade of the day, and this was a beauty. Red bar, red dot, red X, and almost stopped out, but we put our stop loss one tick or more, if you want, one tick above the red dot. We came within one tick of getting stopped out. However, no stop out, and that was a 41-point profit. Compare that to your trading today, whatever method you use, if you don't use Abletrend, but it was a home run day today, another one, man. It's been an unbelievable year in 2018. All the results are right on the website, over 105,000 profit trading just one contract of NQ, taking all the signals, which average 10 trades per day. And so far in 2019, it's just been a great start to it also. But this is the key. You got to stay in these trades and pick up these big winners, because there's usually one good trend a day. Sometimes none, sometimes two, but it averages one good trend a day, and the software picks it up every time. That it can do every single time. However, we'll be losing trades. Again, I've said that 3 times. I say it a 4th, because I don't want to mislead anybody. I wouldn't want that done to me. There will be losing trades. They'll be small. Stop losses are in place, or we exit on the 3 green bar exit, or a blue bar with a blue dot, or a stop out if it goes above the red dots, whichever comes first. And that's a 41-point profit today right there. Clear cut. Took about 30 minutes. That was it. That's not a bad trade. That's $800 just trading one lot. We had our clients tell us to trade in 50 lots with our software. I don't ask. It's none of my business. That's what they say. However, we keep it very low risk and very, very conservative. That's an $800 winner right there. Right back in again. Sweet spot. And we gave back 2 points. Not bad, you know. You don't mind losing 2 points after you just won 41. Real big, long, no trade zone. Look at this note. Look what Abletrend told us right here at 11:15 Eastern Time. It told us it's just going to go sideways. Don't do anything right now. Let everybody who doesn't have Abletrend, let them gamble on something and let them take a trade. We know there's a very high probability, I should say. I don't know anything for sure, but there's an extremely high probability it's going to go sideways and be choppy. And for the next hour and a half, that's exactly what next hour, that's exactly what happened. The software told us at 11:15, don't do anything. The price is going to get stuck in the middle of Abletrend's resistance and support. Well, looking at it an hour and a half later, wow, that's exactly what did happen. Every time it hit the red dots, red X's, stopped, couldn't go any higher. Every time it hit the blue dots, stopped, couldn't go any lower. Wow, the prices really did get stuck in the middle of the dots. Well, that was a good no trade. Sometimes it's just as important not to do anything as it is to trade. I mean, sometimes doing nothing is actually the right trade. Short signal here. First time we get a red bar, red dot, red X. Stop loss top of the red bar. 1, 2, 3 green bars. We lost about 3 points on that trade. Looks like about 2. I always like to exaggerate the losses. We'll call it 3. Triple confirmation buy signal right there. Here's the first time you get the blue bar, blue dot, blue X. Third green bar is right there in a row. At the close of that bar, we're out. 8-point winner again. It's $160 in 15 minutes, 12, 13 minutes. That Abletrend gave me, you, and everybody using the software today. This is just an average day, actually. We've had some much better days. But we also have some losing days, too. Keep saying that, because I'm not here to mislead anyone. There's your triple confirmation buy signal right there. Oh, by the way, between 12:30 and 2 o'clock Eastern, we call that the dead zone. We recommend not trading at that time. Now, some days, there are going to be some really good trends, and you go, oh, I wish I would have traded. But we studied this thousands and thousands of trades over years, and you only broke even. If you just traded from 12:30 to 2 o'clock, you broke even. So that's Eastern time. So that's a perfect time of the day. Take a break. Don't trade. Whatever. That's a good time to do nothing. As it turns out, look how choppy. Here's between 12:30 and 2 o'clock is right there. Look how choppy and sideways and erratic and just, frankly, unpredictable the market was during that time. We had a bunch of no trade zones, as it turns out. However, we just recommend, again, through all our studies, we're talking thousands of trades, 65% of the profits come in the first 3 hours. The other 35% comes in the last 2 hours. Break even between 12:30 and 2 o'clock. Not worth the risk. We're not here to break even. Not you're going to put up thousands of dollars of our money when we make a trade to break even. So some days it might work out, but overall it broke even. No trick. We call that the dead zone. There's your triple confirmation sell signal. Third green bar, third green bar, you're out. However, you'd be right back in again right here. That's a sweet spot. Again, a sweet spot is when the prices come up to red dots, stop, bounce off of them, and go from green back to red again. At the close of that red bar, you're short. Pick up 5 points. Let's call it 4. 4 points is your third green bar. As it turns out, it kept on going lower, but that was the only other trade that Able Trend, valid Able Trend trade that Able Trend gave us. Jump back to some questions on the new signal. Do you use the bottom of the bar on a long and the opposite? Yes, Frank, always. David, if the big dot is flashing on bar and you have the big dot is flashing on bar and you have the small dot, take the trade. You have to have 3 indicators, David. It just, there's no getting around that. There's no doing anything different on that. You have to have 3 indicators. Use X's. You know what? I'm going to use the X's here for now on in my illustration. Makes it easier. You have to have a red bar, red dot, small dot, red big dot, or blue bar, blue small dot, blue X. You have an X, a dot, and a color bar. The big dot in the middle, not necessary. That's just telling you it's the first 3-minute X. That's what that big dot in the middle is telling us right here. It's the first red. See, it's the first blue X. So we're saying that the 3-minute is saying to go long at that point also, and the resistance is coming in at that time. And that was a losing trade because our stop loss would be at the bottom of that blue bar, and we'd have been stopped out right there. Again, only had about 5 points at risk. That's the nice part about these stop losses on the bottom of the first blue bar or the top of the first red bar. Stop losses are nice and close by, nice and tight. Not a lot of risk in the trade. Right there, first time, again, you're looking for the first time you have all 3 indicators and 2 different time frames all in agreement. That's what this is telling you. The red X is from the higher time frame. The blue dot, the red dot is from the lower time frame, and then you have the red price bar, which is from the lower time frame. So you have 2 different time frames, 3 different algorithms, all stacked in your favor, telling us the odds are greatly in our favor. Time to go short. Made a couple points on that trade. Here's your third green bar exit, and that's the end of the day. As it turns out, after the market was open, after the market closed, I guess Apple must have came out with a good report because the market is up a bunch. Futures are way, way up, as you can see, after hours. Okay, a couple quick questions, then we're going to move on here. Alan, the last advanced webinar on the 24th. I don't handle any of that, Alan. I really don't know. You can always email to support@ablesys.com. They handle all the uploading of the webinars and all the website stuff. I just don't know. Usually they do it within a couple days. I can check on that sometime tomorrow. But you emailing to support wouldn't be any different than me doing it also. Yeah, CL was very profitable this morning. Yes, it was. David, if you trade 2-3 points away from small dot, I know put stop on bottom of bar, but if you're in at the bottom of the bar and still 2 points away from dots, still use second row of dots on the support line. Yeah, when the support catches up, when the dots catch up, yeah. And price is going up, and you want to obviously protect your position. And as soon as the dots catch up, yeah, use the second lower row of small blue dots. Correct. Good question, Dave. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful for everyone. I'm here every day, as you know. Feel free to call, email. I'll do everything I can to help you. Thanks for being here, and I hope that this was helpful. And we'll see you at the same time on Thursday.